Hey guys, and welcome to a recent gaming video. Thank goodness I've got another one of these to do this year. And this one was kind of an unexpected one because once again I had a game that I had planned. I had planned on beating it late last year, and then it just got backburnered. I thought it was going to be my first completion of this year. It's not even going to be the second completion, because my second completion of a game in 2015 is Dead Island Riptide. Now this one here was actually backburnered a lot longer than the other game I keep referring to was. This is a game that I actually started playing back in 2013. Like, I got it when it came out, and I jumped right into it. I was a big fan of the first Dead Island. Kind of had a competition with one or two other of my friends. We were all playing it around the same time, trying to see who would be the first to beat it, and always having something to talk about at work. And I really enjoyed the game. I think it was honestly one of my first favorite zombie games. Like, I'd played the first Dead Rising, and visually it was kind of impressive with all the zombies, but it was too over the top and crazy with action. It didn't put off the survival aspect of it. And, Resident Evil games and stuff like that, they were a different kind of zombie game. These Dead Island is basically an open world game. Think like the Far Cry games, or Skyrim, or Morrowind, or something like that. Oblivion, big open worlds where you can pretty much go anywhere you want. You can fight with the zombies however you like. You can run past them or sneak past them. Not really in Dead Island. They seem to know that you're there the moment that you walk into their little section, but you can still run away from them, melee them, kick them, punch them, knock them down, shoot them with guns, or like I said, you could just run. And I like that. I like that feeling of, oh, this is a world that's just completely gone to hell, and you've got to make do. And you do a lot of crafting, and you can get a lot of powerful weapons and do a lot of silly mods to those weapons, but it's still, in my opinion, a much better zombie game experience than a Resident Evil. Now, Resident Evil is probably more of a horror game experience than the Dead Island games ever would be. But I'll tell you what, these Dead Island games can freak you out. I was getting freaked out. You hear the sound of an infected, and this is, I think, like the early stage infected people are just referred to as infected, and they scream and yell, and you see them from afar, and then they're just like, ah, and they turn around and they just run right at you. No holding back. You get your like walkers, and then some of the more advanced ones, and they're slower, clumsier, and whatnot. But some of them make some weird noises. When you hear it in the distance, you're like, oh crap, that means such and such is close by, and I gotta watch out. And this one had a few new ones, like the Screamers, which reminded me of a little of a particular creature from Left 4 Dead. I haven't played a lot of Left 4 Dead, but I know that there's like a female thing that you do not want screaming and yelling and getting anywhere near to you. But they're worse in Left 4 Dead than they were in Dead Island Riptide. But it was something new, and it was something crazy and different. And Dead Island, okay, the first Dead Island takes place on this island. I think it was called Banoi, and you take the reins of one of four characters who were there. One's a rapper, one's a like a soccer star, I think. One was a waitress, and another lady was like, I think she was someone from that island, or I can't remember exactly. I've always played as Sam B, the rapper, in the first one and in the second one. His song is kind of like the theme song of the first one, and I don't know, I just kind of liked him. I just felt like he was the character that I wanted to take on this journey. And you fight your way out of the hotel when you wake up, and you just discover that there's pure chaos everywhere, and you fight your way through this island to try to get off. Now, for whatever reason, Techland and Deep Silver decided to make this Riptide not necessarily sequel, for whatever definition that word has. They decided that this was going to literally take place like a couple hours after the end of the first one, which the first one didn't really have wonderful resolution. It was just kind of like, okay, now we're flying away from this island, and it's chaos. Riptide starts out saying that you've either been taken down or something happened. I can't remember because, like I said, that was like 2 years ago that I started it. But you're now in a new place, yet another new tropical resort-looking area, And so it's very, very similar, whereas a lot of times a sequel will take place somewhere new. Now, there is officially a Dead Island 2 being made for the new consoles, but it's only being published by Deep Silver. Techland, the team who actually made it, they've moved away from the project. They actually, after Riptide, they went and made Dying Light, which just recently came out, which was the reason why I started playing this again, because I wanted some of that zombie action. And it delivered, for sure. But like I said, it just picks up right after another survival and another get through some area that's infected, and then kind of has a resolution where like, okay, we're getting out of here. But it didn't. The ending to me didn't really pay off so much. You learned a few more things, but it left you wanting more. And now that I know that Dead Island 2, an official sequel, is going to be made by somebody else, I don't know what to think of it. Plus, it's probably not going to be made for consoles that I own. Although Steam, I noticed that Steam has both Dead Island games and Dying Light. And I'm really getting to where I like first-person shooter type games with keyboard and mouse instead of the controller. So PC versions on those may be my way to go in the future. But anyway, I enjoyed Riptide a lot. It was scary. It was visceral. It was definitely the thing I was wanting. Didn't quite scratch that Dying Light itch because it doesn't have the parkour to it. But it gave me what I wanted, which was some good zombie action. And I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, we've got too many zombie games out there. The thing is they're either good or they're bad for me. Being a zombie game doesn't make me say, oh, well, screw it, I don't want anything to do with it. I will give every zombie game a chance. If it sucks, then I don't want it. But if it's good, then who gives a shit if it's zombies or something else? So, yeah, I guess that's about all I really wanted to say. Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide are both pretty good. Dying Light looks pretty awesome. I enjoyed Riptide. Wish I hadn't waited so long to finish it, but it was pretty fun. It was actually probably good that I did wait a while, because it seemed like the beginning of Dead Island Riptide was kind of dragging for me. And when I came back to it here, going on almost 2 years later, I just zipped through it in like 2 days. I went from 50% completed to done. So maybe I did need a little bit of a zombie break. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, it was good stuff. So that's all I wanted to say. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you next time.